Oh my God, guys, I am shocked. So, first of all, my name is Anam Khan. Thanks for watching this video. Please press the like button, whatever. So, Meet Kevin just posted a bombshell video last night. He posted a video saying that he sold his $20 million stock account, and this makes up basically 99.1% of his stock portfolio. Wow. Just take a second to digest that because for those that follow me, Kevin, this is insane. Um, you know that he's a big proponent of buying the dip. In fact, I feel like the majority of his wealth came during the pandemic and the March 2020 crash when all the stocks were crashing and he just kept buying the dip. And he's such a big fan of that. Just buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. And selling at the lowest point of the market is one of the worst things you can do. That's what he always says. So when I saw this video, obviously I thought this was just clickbait. And I'm sure a lot of you guys thought the same thing. I was like, yo, pause. What? And then I didn't think it was real until Millennial Money. I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch Meet Kevin probably know about Millennial Money. It's like a podcast type of thing that Graham Stephan, Andre, Jeremy, Financial Education, and Meet Kevin do together. And so, like an hour after Meet Kevin posted that video, I think Millennium Money posted a video and it was related to Meet Kevin selling off his portfolio. And that's when I'm like, wait, is this real? So then I went and watched that video right away. It was a 30-minute video. And sure enough, my man did sell all of his stocks. And I mean, I want to go over it in this video so you don't have to go watch the whole 30-minute video because it's a long video. But basically, he starts off the video by drawing a lot of parallels from our time to a few different financially bad times of our history. So I think he brings in the Great Depression, he brings in the dot-com bubble, he brings in the 2008 financial crisis. So he just draws a lot of parallels, says how we're very similar to these times in different ways. And then he brings up a pretty good point of why he's deciding to sell. Long story short, the reason he sells it is because, look, he thinks that on January 25th, there's rumors about this, the Fed might raise rates just as a shock. They're going to rug pull, as they say. And the whole market will crash if they do that because it's a surprise. It goes against everything they've been saying up until this point. So that's one thing. The other thing is quarterly earnings for first quarter and well for fourth quarter last year, and then future forecasts, stuff like that. So those are two big factors, right? So one thing that could happen is that if January 25th doesn't happen and they don't raise rates, okay, fine, we get past that. Now it's until March. In March, either the Fed raises rates or they don't. And March is also when, a lot of these companies are going to report earnings and all of that. So he says there's basically two things that can happen when all these companies report earnings. One, they report horrible earnings, and everything, the pandemic, inflation, everything messes them up, in which case the stock market is gonna tank. All right, it's gonna tank. um, and it has been taking, or like just look at Netflix is probably one of the bigger tech companies, and they reported earnings and their stock crashed a lot. I think it was like 10% or more, right? It was insane. So if you base it off of that, if during this earnings season, a lot of these companies report bad earnings, the market's going to crash, no doubt. But let's say they don't. Let's say the companies report pretty good earnings. Now, what does this mean? This means the Fed's going to look at this and say, hey, look, during a pandemic, these companies are still doing very well. Um, they reported really good earnings. That means that we can increase interest rates now. The market's doing really good. We don't need all this inflation now. Let's try to get it in control. We're going to go ahead and raise interest rates. And they might even double what they were saying. They're going to raise it like 0.25 points. They might just raise it zero point 0.5 points. So that's, I mean, basically what Meet Kevin is saying is it's a lose-lose situation. Either the market's gonna crash because of horrible earnings, or we're gonna get great earnings and the market's gonna crash because of interest rates, or we get a surprise January 25th interest rate um, in like 2 days. So his bet that he's making is that he sold everything and he's gonna buy it back in like within the next 60 days, basically before March, before the Fed, kicks up interest rates. Now he's betting on the fact that he's early on realizing this and that the market's just going to keep on crashing until March. That's what he thinks is going to happen, in which case he's going to buy everything back in March. Now, after this news, I mean, the Millennial Money podcast was pretty crazy. I think they were just as shocked as all of us here. Like, what the heck did Meet Kevin do? And honestly, if you go on this video, dude, the amount of negative comments is insane. Just read the comments. Hold on. Let me pull up my phone. Let me just put I had the comments open right here. Just give me a second. Yeah, there we go. I got it right here. Um so offensive tactics. Okay. Kevin 2 days ago. This bottom. This is bottom. Market will recover now. I am bullish. Also Kevin 2 days later. Selling all portfolio. Another comment. From buy the dip to selling everything so quickly. Wow, Kevin. So it seems like a lot of his fans are really disappointed. There's a lot of longer comments here, but I'll read another shorter one. The amount of bag holders all these not financial advice YouTube channels have created is epic. So yeah, I mean, dude, I'll be honest. I was just as shocked as Graham Stephan and Andrej and all of them. I was also shocked when I read the comments. I'm like, yeah, I totally agree. Like, what happened? But at the same time, I mean, I gotta give credit to Kevin. This guy has guts. First of all, with a $20 million portfolio, he is aggressive as heck. Most of us, I feel like, would be a lot less risk adverse. We would probably try to be a lot more cautious. And the fact is that he knew going into this that he's gonna get a lot of negativity, but he still did it. And I gotta give him guts to that. He doesn't care what anyone else thought. He had a theory and he's sticking by it. And hey, respect to him. To be honest, I respect that. Now, I guess time will only tell what ends up happening, but I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Like, what was your reaction? I know I can't be the only one that was shocked. So, with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like these. I'll do more of them. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what happens. Are you guys going to sell or not? Let me know in the comments below.